What's going on, guys? Piluk Hockey here. I am back with another video, and as you can see, I'm trying to utilize the green screen. If you're watching this right now, it worked. But one thing I do notice just from quickly glancing at the camera, I think my face still looks pretty red. I'm still working on using the lighting. I have two big lights shining on me right now because I'm trying to get the green screen to work properly. And yeah, you guys seen in my NHL review, my NHL 18 review, I've used a green screen before, and it went pretty good. So I'm hoping that it goes the same today. I'm still trying to adjust to everything. But as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about the NHL and their new ruling on the slashing penalty. And I've seen a lot of tweets, I've seen a lot of comments, and a lot of messages even sent to me about the slashing calls and what I think about it. And you know what, I thought it would be a great opportunity to use the green screen and some video and some pictures to show you guys what I mean, and to have something there to at least show you guys with actual footage and pictures what I mean when I'm talking about what I like about the penalty calls and what I don't like. So unfortunately, obviously, I do not have rights to all the highlights and everything like that, so I'm sorry if I'm using something wrong. I hope I don't get copyrighted because I'm going to use some clips, not including audio, whatever. But I'm going to show a couple things and explain it the best way I can. I can't include every single clip that I wanted to because I'd have to go back and watch games and try to find those clips and find it on the internet. It's impossible, so I may do with what I have. So there's two types of slashing calls that I'm going to be talking about. So the first one is the obvious slashing by the hands call, and in and around the hands, on the stick, whatever. I'm going to be talking about that. The second type of slashing I'm going to be talking about is the physical shots, the ones that are against the legs, the body, the head, everywhere. I'm going to be talking about those shots, like the quick shots. So the first thing I'm going to show you, or I'm going to tell you and show you at the same time, is the actual slashing definition that the NHL has given. And what I'm using is, I believe this is from like the player safety, the hockey ops. I have it down here, so I'm going to read it real quick while I show it. Slashing, according to the rule book, Rule 61, any forceful or powerful chop with the stick on an opponent's body, the opponent's stick, or on or near the opponent's hands that, in the judgment of the referees, is not an attempt to play the puck, shall be penalized, however you want to pronounce it, as slashing. So, first off, I can tell right from that definition that this hasn't been used at all in the past, 5, 6, 7 years that I've closely watched things like that. And now they're starting to really crack down on it, and I mean, I guess that's a good thing. And again, this is something I'm going to quickly bring up. I am not against them calling these penalties, and I'm not against the players' safety, because that's what matters most, is the safety of the players, the health of the players, and I'm not against that. But some of the calls have been absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to start with some obvious slashing to the hand calls that I'm hopefully going to have some footage of. So obviously we've seen with the Crosby on Mathot and Gaudreau, stuff like that. Those are like legitimate shots to the hand, and I'm going to show some up here as well, pictures and stuff like that. When a player goes to actually slash a guy and it's near his hands and stuff like that, that's when a referee should make the call. And I am not mad when a referee does a call like that, because you don't want any guy's fingers getting chopped off or anybody's hands or something getting physically injured, because that's not how the game of hockey should be played. And clearly, as you can see by the examples I'm giving right now, with pictures and videos, that these calls have to be made. Anything near the hands should be called. Now, my argument to this is some of the calls they've been making of slashing to the stick that have not been forceful and are not near the hands. I'm going to provide a picture because, again, I can't watch all the games and pull video from every game because it's literally impossible. The picture I'm going to provide is an attempted slash that looks like it's not near the hands, that shouldn't be called as a penalty if it's not a forceful shot. And I don't want to hear comments of, oh, they don't call these penalties. They 150% this year have called these penalties. An average chop to the stick, just trying to knock the puck off, trying to get under the skin, those should not be called. They shouldn't be penalties. If you are forcefully going up and two-handing and breaking a stick or slashing the hell out of somebody on the bottom of the stick, the bottom area of the hockey stick, it should not be called. If it's just normal chops, quickly given chops to get rid of the puck, not near the hand, again, not near the hand, near the bottom of the stick, there should not be a penalty, and it's brutal. They have been calling it so far to start the season, and the reason I held off of making this video was because I thought they were going to cool down after the preseason, and it hasn't cooled down. It is absolutely stupid. If there is calls that are being made on the hand, in and around the hand, it should be called. If you're just lightly tapping people, they're coming around the net, you're slashing their stick a little bit, that should not be a penalty. It's not forceful. You're not breaking a stick. If you break a stick, clearly you should be getting a penalty. But if they're just tapping, trying to get under their skin, just knocking the puck off, it should not be a penalty, and it has been called. And it's absolutely terrible. It's brutal. Stop with these BS calls. This is not how hockey is played. You need to be a little rough. You need to start giving some whacks a little bit here. That's how the game is played. A little bit physical, and it should still be there. You want to do those chops to try to get the puck off. And I'm not saying two hands. Again, there's going to be keyboard warriors coming after me here. Calm down for a second. Calls that are... If you're going to literally do a Phil Kessel two-hand, you should get a penalty. On the stick, remember, this is the first type I'm talking about, on the stick. But if you are just giving taps, there should be no penalties, and referees have been calling it, and it's BS. So now we're going to move on to the second type of slashing, and that is the body shots, the shots to the legs, the shots to the face even, all that stuff. If you're slashing a guy in the face, you should be kicked out. You should get punched in the face, to be honest. That obviously is a penalty, misconducts, everything under the sun. I'm not against that. And again, I'm all for player safety. But there's been crappy calls again of body shots with your stick. So I'm going to show options again like I did in the first time of clear body shots that should not be called, or that should be called penalties. If you're whacking people, again, forceful shots, if you're really laying into them, you should be penalized, whatever penalty. You should get a penalty. How about we just say that? You should get a penalty if you're whacking people like that. You're slashing people real hard in the back of the legs. They're falling over. You're breaking sticks on their equipment. You definitely should get a call for that. But now I'm going to give an example of quick little taps that should not be called penalties. And I'm not sure how much footage I'm going to have because I'm still kind of putting this together as I'm talking right now, as we speak. I'm trying to get this together properly. But if Buddy is coming around the corner. Let's just say it's Erik Karlsson. He's coming around the corner and he's got the puck. It's already hard to keep up with Karlsson, and most guys in the NHL are not going to keep up with him. Let's say Tyler Bozak comes around the corner and he's given these massive two hands and breaking his stick and making Karlsson fall over, and it's clear he's trying to hurt him, hitting him in the chest, whatever. Those are calls that should be made. And again, I'm actually going to say this too. If you're slashing a guy in the chest, I think that should be a slashing penalty. I agree. NHL, you've got that right. But if he's coming around and Bose Lightyear's trying to hack down Karlsson just with some taps, just giving him the work, just tapping him a little bit, there should not be a call. And the referees are calling this crap. I am sorry, but when did this game turn into cricket and table tennis? There is no way that should be a penalty. Given these light taps are not slashing. I don't understand how giving a guy a quick tap in the shin pads is a penalty. That does not affect a player. It does not hurt them. Player safety, that is not that is not a penalty. Hockey ops, referees, whatever. That is not a penalty. If they're coming around and Buddy's two-handed him, sure, penalty. But if he's giving him whacks to the shin pads, giving him a couple whacks to the bottom of the stick, maybe one just hooking him a little bit, slight little hook there to the back of the legs, those aren't penalties. That is just letting them know you're there and you're going after the puck. And most of the time, it's not going to do anything because Karlsson's going to rip up the boards and snipe one like he usually does. And that's just one example. But there's no way that a light tap like that should be called a penalty. And it's getting annoying because a lot of teams are getting these power plays from a quick little tap. We've seen some of it last year, we've seen some of it the year before of referees just calling it and yeah, whatever here and there. But now it's getting called all the time. This is not a soft sport. There's no way that this crap is a penalty. He's just tapping him. They're calling it. Again, people are going to disagree, but they are calling it. The games I have watched, it's not just Leafs games. I've seen it in an Arizona game for sure. I've seen it 3 times in one game. And Coyotes fans, you probably know what game I'm talking about. I wish I could remember what team it was, but it's early in the season. You should know. It's happened in a game there. It's happened to the Oilers 2 or 3 times at least. And it's crap. It's absolute BS that stuff like that gets called. And usually, I really didn't want to have to make this video. But it's brutal that guys are just giving quick taps here and it's being called a penalty. Again, I'm going to quickly say this again. I am all for player safety. I am all for cleaning up the game and making sure people do not go down with fingers breaking, wrist breaking, getting slashed so bad that, you're ripping something when you fall over in your legs and your knees, whatever. I'm all for making sure the players are safe. I like seeing the best players on the ice at all times. But this crap where they're just giving quick taps, quick chops to the sticks, it does nothing to the player, then there shouldn't be a penalty. I don't understand how, if you slash a guy and they keep going like nothing happened, that's a penalty. It's not affecting them. Slashes to the hands, slashes around the hands and the fingers should be called. Near the bottom of the stick shouldn't be called unless it's forceful. The same thing goes with body shots. Anywhere in the chest, neck, face, whatever, fingers, all that stuff should be called. But if you're giving quick taps to his legs, giving him a little bit of a tug, there's no way that should be a penalty if the guy keeps skating and it's a light tap. Forceful stuff should get called. But I got a little heated. I'm sorry. This video is going to be way too long. And here's the crappy part. If this green screen didn't work, then this video is going to get canned. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully this works. Let me know, again, what you guys think. Comment about the new slashing calls. This is just the one video I wanted to make on the new penalty system and whatnot. So, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Lots more hockey content coming up. Daily uploads, pretty much. I'm really trying hard. Live streams coming up. We got probably some giveaways coming up soon. I'll let you guys know about that. But subscribe if you're new. I'd love to keep having hockey conversations with the new people and the people that have already been with the channel. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Go support other YouTubers. Follow me on Twitter at Andy Piluk. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.